Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy.
Right off the bat, let's go ahead and give a round of applause for, where is he? Where is Luigi? Where's he? Oh shit. Okay then, give it up for Leslie, y'all. Give me a round.
How are you folks? I used to be here in Old Garage. And my name is Luigi. And I'm the plumber to come into your house and to fix your toilet. You know? Now, how you identify a plumber when they come in your house? One, by his butt crack. And the other way, how he fixes his toilet. You know what I mean? And he's the only plumber that could take a leak and fix a leak at the same time. You know what I mean? And I woke up this morning and I didn't feel good. So I took Viagra and prune juice. And now I don't know if I'm coming or going. You know, and I have to tell you, I had a big problem there with one of the customers. He didn't like my password that I had on Facebook. So I changed it to penis, and they told me it's too short. I don't know what to do about that. You know? And anyway, on my advertisement, when I advertised on the truck, I put on there, if your John is broke, call our John. You know? That's one of the quotes that we have on the truck. And if your husband fixed it, I have to come and repair it. And I have to tell you also about the, how can I say it to you? Well, it's so terrible that you know what the definition of disgusting is? What? That's a plumber who bites his nails. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I can tell you what happened to the fly when he was on the toilet seat. He got pissed off. You know? Terrible. Anyway, I had a lot of problems, see, because I'm not a sexy guy, so I walked into this hooker's place, and I dropped my pants, and she took a look, and she dropped her price. And I don't know what to do about that, you know? So, and did I tell you that sex is like a bank account? You put it in, you take it out, and you lose interest. You know? Yeah. And then I have to tell you about my wife. You know, she's very beautiful, and I wanted to get her a nice present, so I went out to Victoria's Secret, and I looked at these sheer nightgowns and stuff. And one is $250, the other one is $500 because it's shearer. So I bought her the $500 one, took it home. I told her, go upstairs and pose and everything, and so I could see what it looks like. She went upstairs and she's saying to herself, this is like being naked. So I might as well go out being naked. I'll take the nightgown back tomorrow and get $500. You wouldn't know the difference. So she comes out, standing up there all posed and everything beautiful. And I took a look and I said, for $500, the least they could have done is iron it. But with that, I never heard a shot. And the funeral is tomorrow, the way that happened with my wife. You know. And my wife has that new Jewish birth control device. You know what that is? She takes off her makeup. Yes. I have a lot of times with her, you know. What can I tell you? She's so fat, I passed the TV the other night. I missed 3 episodes. Oh, shit. And then I have a girlfriend, and I called her up, and she turns around and she says to me, look, why don't you come home? Why don't you come over? There's nobody home. So I went over there, and there was nobody home. I didn't know what to do about it. Then I got another girlfriend, and she's called a 2-bagger. Because she's so ugly, I have to wear a bag on my head in case her bag breaks. And my grandmother walked in to the dentist's office, took off all her clothes, spread her legs, got out on the chair. And the dentist says, what are you doing, lady? Oh, She says, well, last week you put in false teeth in my husband's mouth. Now I'm here for you to remove them. Really rough stuff, you know. And I didn't tell you about bowling. Bowling is better than sex because sex is better than bowling. Sorry. That's because the balls are lighter and you don't have to change your shoes. There was something else I wanted to tell you. Oh, yes. Every man at the age of 50 gets colitis. And what that is, every time you walk, your balls collide, and that hurts. And then when you become 80, you sit down on the bowl, and you feel wetness. And the only way to fix that is either to load of water in the bowl, or put a higher toilet seat, or cut your balls off so they don't get moldy. And that's one of my biggest problems that I have. You know, my customers always have that problem. You know, Anyway, I just want to tell you one little short story about, I went to get Social Security, and I'm standing there, and the lady says, look, you're a plumber, you look great and everything. And she says, well, where's your ID, you know, if I know you're 65? So she says, come over here, take off your shirt, and let me see your gray hairs, and I'm doing that, standing there. She says, yeah, you look old enough, okay. I'll give you Social Security. So I go home and I tell my wife this whole thing, and she says, you should have dropped your pants. You might have got disability. Anyway, I just want to thank you all for do you like my outfit?
Give it up again for Leslie, y'all.
Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you apple, plum, and apricot. Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, come on.